Hello, Collective. It's that time again. It's time for another exciting episode of Two Tones Twisted Tarot Tales. This is the show where I'll be delivering to you a twisted tarot tale on a public figure. So, let's get started. Welcome back, terrific Titans. It's your friendly neighborhood twisted tarot tale teller, Two Tone. So I've decided to try to return back and get these readings done, because look what happened since I haven't been able to do them. This freak, unknown, weird, foreign thing called a George Santos. This thing, whatever it is, whoever backs him, however he got his power, he is now in the United States Congress. We are in a lot of trouble, fellow Titans. We are in a lot of trouble. We have got to figure out how to get these people out of our Congress. So I'm returning as best as I can. We're going to be doing a reading for George Santos. So who is this George Santos? George Anthony Devolder Santos, born July 22nd, 1988, is an American politician who is the U.S. representative for New York's 3rd Congressional District, serving since 2023. A member of the Republican Party, Santos was elected to Congress in 2022 after running unsuccessfully in 2020 against incumbent Thomas Sauzi. Santos has made numerous false or dubious claims about his biography, work history, criminal record, financial status, ethnicity, religion, and other matters, both in public and in private. 6 weeks after his election, numerous news outlets reported that large parts of his self-published biography appeared to be fabricated, including claims about his ancestry, education, employment, charity work, property ownership, and crimes he claimed to be a victim of. Santos has admitted to lying about his education and employment. As of February 2023, he is under investigation by U.S. federal, New York State, and Nassau County authorities. In 2010, Santos confessed to committing check fraud in Brazil in 2008, but he failed to appear in court in 2011, leaving the case unresolved. In the wake of his election, Brazilian authorities revived the case in late 2022. In addition, there have been several judgments against Santos in the United States concerning eviction and personal debt cases. In 2022, he was accused of failing to pay thousands of dollars in judgments from the 2010s, which he admitted to. Santos was charged in 2017 in the United States for theft by deception regarding bad checks to dog breeders, but the charges were dropped and the record expunged in 2021 after the signatures on the checks did not match his. Despite numerous calls to do so from members of both major political parties, Santos has refused to resign. So guys, we need to find out who this crazy son of a bitch George Santos is. We're going to be doing a reading for this guy because he might be the poster child for all American Republicans. Tarot in Wonderland deck, come to my hand. Haha, yeah. All right, guys, let's do a shuffle here. I've already done 300 shuffles. We're going to do one more on camera. That didn't shuffle well, so we're going to do another one. We're going to do another one on camera. I'm rusty, guys. It's been a while. So let's see if I can get this going here. That was a better shuffle. All right. So let's see. I want to do, we're going to do what does the universe want us to know about George Santos? What does the universe want us to know about George Santos? Hold on there. Oh. Not yet. Oh, you see that? That one came out. So it landed like this. And that is the 9 of Pentacles. I'm going to try to get that glare out of there, guys. I know it's kind of dark, huh? So the 9 of Pentacles is the first thing the universe wants us to know about George Santos. What else? Whoa, look at that. What is that? That looks like the 2 of Wands for George Santos. The 2 of Wands. What else? What else does the universe want us to know about George Santos? Whoa, look at that. Oh, let's see. This is the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups for George Santos. Let's see here. Try to get that just right. Okay, universe, what else do you want us to know about George Santos? Whoa. That is Judgment. Yes, sooner or later, Judgment is going to be coming down for George Santos. Okay, universe, what else do you want us to know about George Santos? Whoa. Look at that, guys. That is the 4 of Swords, and it landed reversed. Reversed 4 swords for George Santos. Yep. One more. Let's do one more. Let's see if we can get one more out. Can we get one more card, universe, to tell us about George Santos? Whoa. It dropped out 2. It dropped out 2 cards, guys. Let's see. It dropped out the 7 of Swords for George Santos. I can't fit it anymore. And it also dropped out the 10 of Pentacles. So I'm going to try to see if I can squeeze the 10 of Pentacles somewhere in here. Hold on. I'm going to pause it. All right, guys. I hope you can see that. But the first card was the 9 of Pentacles. The second card was the 2 of Wands. The third card was the 2 of Cups. The fourth card was Judgment. The fifth card was the 4 of Swords reversed. The sixth card was the 7 of Swords. And the seventh card was the 10 of Pentacles. And this was the bottom card. This is the bottom card at the end of this whole deal for what the universe wants us to know about George Santos, and that is the Hanged Man. So we need to find out what these cards are all about. So I'm going to go ahead and Tarot in Wonderland book, come to my hand. Haha, yeah, nice trick, huh? Okay, so the first card for George Santos is the 9 of Pentacles. In a reading, this card is usually very welcome, especially by those who like to work hard and be in control of their resources. It portends success and happiness earned by your own hand. Everything can be exactly how you like it, just as you've always imagined. There is the tiniest bit of a caveat though. Alice is alone and has created a very large garden that separates her from the rest of the world. This is fine. Many people prefer solitary lives. However, if you are not one of them, remember that material achievements are awesome, but if they come at the expense of personal relationships, the trade-off may not be worth it. Perhaps then, a little compromise is in order. Keywords: discipline, self-confidence, individual achievement, material wealth, safety, security, and solitude. Yeah, Santos is if he's not alone now, he's going to be alone soon. And if you look at the news, more and more of his own party are pushing him away and separating themselves from him. And some of them have even called for him to stand down and resign. The next card for George Santos is the Two of Wands. Okay? The Two of Wands. In a reading, this card indicates that even though you are facing a decision about what to do and where to employ your energy to best effect, you should feel confident that you will make the right decision. Intuition is sometimes mistaken in the first thing that comes into your head. This is not true and often gets people in trouble, so that is why they end up not trusting their intuition. Intuition occurs when your desire and intent are in perfect harmony with the universe. You are in that space, or are able to get there by questioning your motives. Clear away the debris of expectations or of concerns for the opinions of others, and you'll know what to do. Keywords: vision, energy, authority, ability, determination, dominance, intention, business or career proposal or decision, confidence. Yeah, he's still got a lot of confidence, doesn't he? This scoundrel, this clone of Trump. This guy, he's not even from, I thought maybe he was Puerto Rican or Cuban or something, somewhere around, closer to America somewhere. This guy's from Brazil. The next card is the Two of Cups for horrible fake person George Santos. In a reading, this card marks the beginning of a possibly intense and long-term relationship. It's common to assume this means a romantic relationship, but it can be any sort. Keep in mind, this card acknowledges the potential of such a relationship. It does not guarantee it. If you've ever met someone that you just clicked with, then you understand exactly what this card means. It's that little spark of excitement when some part of your soul recognizes a kindred spirit. Just because there is that connection doesn't mean it will blossom into something more. But there is definitely something worth investigating. Absolutely, investigate this scoundrel. So, the relationship doesn't have to be with another individual. It can be with a group, a new interest, a skill, an author, etc. Keywords: union, partnership, connection, falling in love, love at first sight, harmony, love, feeling in love. Kindred spirit, attraction, romance. I think that once he goes to jail, he's going to find this new love, and I think it's going to be real exciting for Mr. Santos. The next card for George Santos is Judgment, and hopefully pretty soon justice is going to be served and judgment's going to come down on Santos. In a reading, Judgment marks an invitation to hear a higher voice, perhaps your preferred deity or your own higher self, follow its call. You have the opportunity to leave behind an old life, George Santos, and embrace a new way of living in jail. Humans, though, are resistant to change and try to ignore this call, especially if their old life was not so bad. It is even harder to change your ways if your current life is actually good and comfortable, Santos. Plus, answering this call means a kind of death, since you will be leaving some parts of you, some behaviors, some beliefs behind. A call like this, though, resonates deeply in the heart, and unless you shut down your heart entirely, George Santos, you won't be able to resist it forever. After you begin living in this new way behind bars, when you look back on your old life, lying all the time, you will see that it was a kind of half-life, because everything you said was half-truths or no truths. A cardboard life, a fake life, a life lacking depth, dimension, honesty, integrity, and truth. Keywords: rebirth, renewal, rite of passage, calling, vocation, awakening, change, decision, forgiveness. No, this guy's not forgiving you, George Santos. Maybe someone else will. Redemption, absolution, and judgment. The next card for George Santos is the Four of Swords. This is typically the rest card. In a reading, this card reminds us that sometimes the best thing we can do is to take a nap. I'm hoping George Santos takes a long nap. This can mean an actual short nap, or it can mean a metaphoric nap, and both can perform the same functions. There are 3 different times when we should consider a nap or just sleep in general. When we are exhausted, it is much harder to deal with the stresses of daily life. Most people walk through their days in a sleep-deprived state. Being well rested on a regular basis is a good baseline for healthy functioning. Even when we have had enough sleep, sometimes taking a break, even if it is just a few deep breaths, is the best approach to certain stressful situations. This can keep us from lashing out. A short break can help us eliminate potentially unproductive emotional reactions that would only escalate Santos's problems. Finally, some challenges are complex, and when we focus too much on them, they seem to tie themselves into tighter knots and become even more impossible to unravel. If this is the case, step away from the problem. Try to let it go. The best way to do this is to focus on something else. This is an example of a metaphoric nap. Very often when we quit trying so hard and turn our attention elsewhere, we find that as soon as we are absorbed in a new task, the solution reveals itself. This is one reason Sherlock Holmes plays the violin and Sheldon Cooper took a job as a busboy. You may need to reprioritize sleep in your daily life, take mindful breaks before responding to certain situations, or take a longer metaphoric break from a larger problem. Whatever form your nap needs to take, just take it. Besides, everything seems a little less dire after a little lie down. Yeah, George Santos's lie. He's lying. Up and down the street, he lies. Keywords: rest, retreat, meditation, peace, recovery, regrouping, careful consideration of your next lie. The 7 of Swords is the next card for George Santos. Look at that. Look at this guy is lying and he's stealing. He's stealing and lying. And he's trying to take those swords and steal them from somewhere. It could be anywhere. George Santos is stealing these swords. He could be stealing these swords from the Democrats. He could be stealing these swords from the Republicans. He could be stealing his swords from his next door neighbor, his mom, or his dad, or his relatives, or his husband. What about the dude that he tried to help with the dog but stole his money? He could be stealing these swords from anywhere. That is Santos stealing again. Shameful degenerate. In a reading, this card tells us that this is a very complicated situation. Someone has done something that looks suspicious. Really, yeah. Santos has done everything Santos has done is suspicious. And on the surface, it would be easy to simply proclaim guilt. But there are also things that don't make sense, like everything Santos says, and don't completely support that scenario. If you are the wrong party in the situation, don't be so quick to judge, but instead see if there is more to the story. If you are the one who took or is planning to take an action, make sure that it clearly reflects your intent. Let there be nothing in your behavior that can be taken the wrong way, because if there is, be assured someone will pounce on it. It is not fair, but some will take the appearance of guilt as actual guilt. Keywords: stealing, rescuing, stealth, dishonesty, sabotage, sneakiness, traitor, spy. George Anthony Devolder Santos. The final card for George Santos is the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles is like the best card you could get. But pretty soon we're going to be clarifying these cards. And notice how his 10 of Pentacles aren't even on the board here. They're getting distant and further away from him. In a reading, this card shows the gifts of a stable and loving family, the value of legacy, and the comfort of tradition. While we know all too well that family often brings obligations and dysfunctions that we'd rather do without, we also know that our ancestors and our current families also benefit us. This card reminds you to value those benefits, to honor them within your own life. Throughout this suit, we've seen how the material and spiritual worlds are bound together. This is true here too. Material and spiritual stability and life are important gifts that family members give each other. If this is not true in your life, this card asks you to change that. Keywords: stable family, security, wealth, abundance, comfort, roots, plans for the future. Connections: balanced and happy life. Yeah, his balanced and happy life has fallen off the board. It's not even on here. So we're going to be doing some clarifications about this scoundrel, George Santos. But you know what I forgot to do was I wanted to show some news clips really quick. So give me a second. I'm gonna scroll through a couple of them. All right, guys. I'm just gonna read a few really quick. CBS News: George Santos was questioned by U.S. Secret Service in something card fraud probe. When George Santos' Florida address was found in 2017 inside a rental car used by the suspect in an ATM skimming investigation. I'm not going to read the rest, but that's CBS News headline. The Hill: Santos falsely told judge in 2017 that he worked for Goldman Sachs. George Santos, Republican from New York, falsely told a judge in 2017 that he worked for the investment banking firm Goldman Sachs. Multiple outlets reported Friday. Politico: George Santos lied to a judge in 2017 bid to help a family. George Santos lied to a Seattle judge about working for Goldman Sachs while speaking at a 2017 bail hearing for a family friend. CBS News: Drive out Santos. Caravan demands Congress expel. New York: Voters drove across New York's 3rd Congressional District Saturday demanding Congress vote to expel Representative George Santos. The Atlantic: George Santos and the psychology of the con artist. When the news first broke that George Santos, the freshman Republican representative from Long Island, had lied on his resume, my first thought was he's a piece of shit. Okay, so Stars and Stripes. Representative George Santos takes heat for sponsoring bill to make what? George Santos has come under the fire for co-sponsoring a bill that would make the AR-15 assault weapon the national gun of the U.S. Insane. CBS News: Court audio. George Santos falsely told a judge, same thing. BBC: George Santos tells Piers Morgan, "I've been a terrible liar." He was initially lauded as the first openly gay Republican to win a seat in the House of Representatives as a non-incumbent when he won in New York's 3rd District. Long Island Press: 5 times late-night talk shows ran wild with George Santos. Congressman George Santos, who has become a laughingstock for his plethora of blatant and sometimes comical lies, has been the topic of blah, blah, blah. Okay, guys, so we're going to do some clarification on this horrible guy, George Santos. So just give me a second, okay? Two Tones Infernal deck, come to my hand. Haha, yeah. You like that, guys? Hear that? I used to do that all the time. It's been a while. I've shuffled these cards 300 times, so here's the on-screen shuffle. And we're going to get a clarification. We need clarification for the 9 of Pentacles for fake liar George Santos. Whoa, it came out right away. And it's the regret card, but it came out upside down. George Santos has no regrets. Okay, so we need another clarification for the 2 of Wands for George Santos. What is that? So it came out like this. Let's turn it over. Oh, look at that. So this is the Forsaken card, but apparently he's not forsaken with his Two of Wands there. That Two of Wands is sort of like watching and waiting or looking for somewhere to go. Hold on a second. Okay, for the Two of Wands, he's not forsaken with authority, ability, determination, intention, business or career proposals or decisions. Yeah, you know, some dirtbag probably loves what he's doing, so he's not forsaken yet. We need clarification for the Two of Cups. Whoa, I didn't mean for two of them to come out, but this one hit first. Begin. This one hit second. No. So it looks like there's no beginning. There's no beginning with that special love relationship that Santos is supposed to be having. So there's some kind of special relationship that he's supposed to be, you know, happening, but there's no beginning. So that's good. I hope that there won't be any beginning with that special love relationship. I hope that it ends. So, okay, universe, we need clarification for the Judgment card of George Santos. Okay, so look what came out, guys. Look what came out. The one of the 7 deadly sins, sloth. So it looks like there's a super slow movement on the judgment of George Santos. That is bad news. Okay, universe, we need a clarification for the 4 of Swords reversed for George Santos. Wow, what was that? Let's see. Misery. Yes, yes, thank you, universe. There is justice. So when the 4 of Swords is reversed, that tells me that George Santos does not have any rest. He's not getting any good rest. And this card is telling me that he's fucking miserable, or misery will be coming really, really soon. Good. He needs to be miserable. He's a stupid piece of shit. Okay, universe, we need clarification for the 7 of Swords for George Santos. Wow. It came out like this. So I'm going to go like this. Abstaining. So let me tell you what I think this means for George Santos' 7 of Swords. I think he's finally starting to abstain from his lies and trickery, or at least the most potent parts of his lies and trickery and scoundrel, filthy liarness. So that's good. It's time for him to be abstaining from that anyway. Okay, so we need one more clarification. We need a clarification for George Santos' 10 of Pentacles. Whoa. Okay. It came out like this, guys, and it's the dull card. So it looks like it's possible that his happy life is dull now. It's not a sharp, happy life. It's dull. That's good. All right, guys. We're also going to find out. We're going to find out which demons are hanging around horrible George Santos. Occult Tarot, come to my hand. Haha, yeah. All right, we're going to shuffle on camera. I've already shuffled 300 times off camera before we even started. Okay, universe, can you tell us, the American public, the viewer, the collective, Two Tones terrific titans? That's who they are. That's who my audience is. They are my terrific titans. Can you tell us which demons or demon is hanging around George Santos? Whoa. You see that? I don't know if I should take that or not. Might as well. Let's see. IPOS. What the hell is this thing? IPOS. IPOS. Associated with the Two of Wands.
And it says that Ipos tells of the past and the future, can make one intelligent and bold. This fool claimed he went to all these schools, but he didn't. He got a GED. Okay, so we know at least one demon is hanging around George Santos, and it helps him to be intelligent. Okay, all right, universe, what else is hanging around George Santos? Whoa. This hit first. Astaroth, associated with justice. Astaroth tell how the angels fell, reveals the past, present, and future, teaches the liberal science. Wow, so that's a trip. I'm gonna put that close to the judgment there. That is a card. Astaroth is associated with justice. That's amazing. The other card is Moloch, the devil. I knew it. I knew the devil was gonna show up. I knew it. Sorry for shaking the camera, guys. Sorry about that. So Moloch, the devil, makes one worse off than ever before. George Santos is going to be worse off than ever before. Tricks mortals into being bound. Accepts child sacrifice. George Santos, you are in a lot of trouble. Moloch is hanging around you, and he's going to make your life worse than ever before. This has been a good reading, guys. I'm glad we did this. I'm glad I tried to come back. I think I'm getting close. I'm a little rusty. I'm going to keep trying to come back. I'm not even going to say I'm back until I'm fully back. But right now, I'm trying to make it happen. So thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for subscribing, sharing, and liking. Please tell all your friends about my crazy ass show. And until next time, I'll see you later.